Okay. Well, hello everyone. Thanks for coming on tonight. It's good to see all your faces and all those with Sheila Powell and Mike tonight. That's so fun. And I know there's guests there too. So my name's Tanya Sheldon and I am in Meridian, Idaho. And we do a team Zoom for everyone on our team every Monday night. Tonight is not going to be too long because we have a really exciting opportunity presentation happening in about just under an hour. No, in 30 minutes. Yeah, in 30 minutes. With a chiropractor and an amazing woman out of Arizona that used to be in retail management and retired her attorney husband. And they're going to present everything that we represent through LifeVantage. I wanted to quickly give everyone a summary of what is going on with our promotions right now. So with the Pacesetter program, I'm going to try to keep this short too, guys, just so you know. So with the Pacesetter program, we're now in the months of, we're looking for those people that are going to hit Pro 3. And the incentive is so big. If you hit Pro 3 in the month of April or May, you're going to get an extra $250 and you get a raffle ticket for the car giveaway in Anaheim. So you hold that if you get that this month, $250 and a raffle ticket. If you hold it again in May, another $250 and a raffle ticket. Now, I think the greatest way to go after this Pacesetter incentive and hitting Pro 3 is to go after the incentive that the Pros have of getting 20 Vitality Stacks into your business. They gave us last month and they're giving us this month. And I'm going to give you a great invitation to do that as well. And so 20 Vitality Stacks is going to get you a special dinner with corporate staff and some other prizes from them. It'll be so much fun. So go after those 20 Vitality Stacks. Here's the other thing I want to say to you. I don't want you to ever minimize a success that you have. As small as you may think it is, if it's upgrading someone to a Vitality Stack or you got a new Vitality Stack and it's your first one, celebrate that, because we all start with the small successes before we get to the big successes, right? So on the Holiday Hustle page, go on there and say, I just got my Vitality Stack, because even by you putting that out there and saying that and typing that, that will feed you and give you energy to want to do more of it. The other way you could earn that and gain that is by going after the Mexico trip in Puerto Vallarta. I hate saying that because I don't say it very well. But I would venture to guess, I was thinking about this, that probably 99.9% of us on this call have already discounted that we could earn the Mexico trip. How do you think that affects you in your business? Not very good. That's not a good affirmation, is it? So imagine if you just went for it. If you just said, I can win a trip to Mexico, and you just went after it. Imagine what that would do for your business. Imagine what that would do for your mindset, for your belief in what you have, for the passion and excitement and activity that you would give yourself in growing your business. So you guys, 20 Vitality Stacks promotion, the Pacesetter Pro 3, and the Mexico trip. Just please feed yourself with those beliefs. And I'm going to give you some affirmations at the end to do. Okay, I'm going to share with you a customer testimony. I'm going to do this every week. So if you guys have a customer that's had a great experience, I want you to share it with me, or tell me you want to share it on the team Zoom. So this is a friend of mine that started the Vitality Stack. And as we all know, our Omega has vitamin D in it. This is what happened. So she had a blood draw on November 16th, 2017. And her vitamin D levels at that time were 25.6. Now, she has had low vitamin D. She's had to take special, I don't know if it's medication or shots, for 4 to 5 years. And she's seen the same doctor. And this is what the doctor's always done for her. And her LDL, her bad cholesterol, was 173. Now, she drew her blood again March 5th. So December, January, February, March. 4 months later, drew her blood again. And here's what happened. Her vitamin D almost doubled. It went from 25.6 to 47. and her LDL, her bad cholesterol, lowered by 22 points. That's awesome. She said she's had issues with her vitamin D being low forever. It's been 4 to 5 years, and she said this is the first time ever that it's been in the good range. I'm going to share these with you because it just gives us ammo and belief that we have to share this with people. Okay, now before I went on spring break, I shared with you guys some things that I was learning from a mentor of mine, and she talked about how basically your business grows at the speed of trust, right? And I shared with you that you really should do whatever you can to take your conversation offline or via text to the phone as soon as possible. Because by doing that, you are working smarter, and you are going to then determine who is really interested and who's not. And I was thinking about that, and I've had many situations in my life where I'm so glad that we're just texting, because I would be so nervous if we talked on the phone. And as long as they keep texting with me, I'll keep texting with them. But if it's something big and then they suddenly say, hey, can I call you and we'll talk? Then I have to do a gut check. Okay, how serious am I about this conversation we're having? Is it just easier to do it on text and maybe not take it very seriously and forget about it as soon as I'm done texting? Or am I serious? Will I take it to the phone with them and allow myself to be uncomfortable? Those are the people we're looking for. And you're going to know when you say, let's take this to the phone. Have posture in that, because you're doing you and your business a favor. Okay? Okay, so I think that kind of goes hand in hand with what was shared last week. They talked about the fact that Marcel's big training and building in depth, they do one-on-ones, and the home meeting is where they give their second exposure. Now, the one-on-ones, person to person, belly to belly, I don't ever want you to believe that that might be a waste of time. Hi, Rafa. Aw, I love it when people come on. I haven't seen in a long time. Okay, anyway, don't ever think that that is a waste of time, because if you get it in your head that you don't have time to meet with someone in person, it's time to do a heart check, because we are here for people. We are here to share LifeVantage and our products and change people's lives in a big way. All of us on here, our lives have changed in some way, and that's why you're on this call tonight. You're on this call because you love this and your life has changed in some big way. So be willing to meet with people one-on-one, that person to person, them seeing your passion, them knowing that you're intently listening to them. That's a huge deal. Okay, we got to move on. We have the call. Okay, so I want to share with you guys 4 words that are really, really good in opening up dialogue to see where people are at and getting them to take a look at what you have. But I wanted to first address what kind of bait, I hate using that word, but I've got a good analogy, okay? Bait are you using when you're talking to people that you want to share this with? So I've got a story. My mentor told this, right? So this really happened to her. So she wants to learn how to fish. So her friend's like, we're going to start really easy. I don't remember what the name of the fish was. I want to say bluegill, but I don't know for sure. So he's like, I'm going to take you to this place. He's like, these fish, he said, are stupid. Like, you're going to catch a lot of fish. So she's like, okay, great way to start. So he takes her to this lake. He's like, walk into the water. So she walks into the water. And he's like, okay, now I want you to spit. She's like, what? And he says, just spit. So she spits into the water. She does not have a line in the water. She spits. And you know what happens? Fish. Fish are following her spit. That's a stupid fish, right? You use cheap bait, you get cheap fish. They're just not all there. And they were going after spit. So she's like, and then she caught one. She caught one with a net. She was all excited, wants to eat it. What do we do now? And he's like, you don't want to eat these fish. You don't want to eat them from this water. You don't want to eat these fish. Let's put it back. So he's like, I'll take you, and now we'll take it a step further and learn how to really fish. So then it's putting the right bait on the line. It's having patience. It's having the right strategy, waiting patiently, and then you get this beautiful fish that has been worth waiting for, right? You use good bait and you're gonna get good people. Now, I was thinking about, and some of us that have been in this a long time, for those of you that are new, your bait essentially in sharing with people is just you sharing your story, you being authentic about why you got in and why you're excited, and that you don't know everything yet, but oh my goodness, when I heard about all this, I thought of you right away. I would love for you to support me and be one of the first people I share this with. If it's not for you, that's okay. And I think those of us that have been in a while, we forget to be that authentic and that pure. And so we think we have to regurgitate like a new invitation and make it all attractive and more lucrative. But if we make an invitation that we think needs to be more lucrative, and we maybe flash a paycheck to them, all we're going to get is people that think they're entitled. And it's going to be really, really hard to work with them, right? And that's why I think it's so special when people are a customer first. When people are a customer first and they're building their belief and they're watching your duplication, they're watching how you're following up on them and how you're doing the business. Also, at the same time, if you're baiting people with the fact that, oh, you don't have to put a lot of work into this, you can only put in a few hours, and yet they want to make a really good living at it, and you're getting back to them every second that they text you or call you, you're not showing them that they can only work a few hours. You're showing them you're out there back and call 24/7, right? Everything you do will duplicate and is showing to someone what it takes to have success. So be real, be authentic, because the right people, they're going to want to know that it takes a little bit of time, that it takes work to do this, but the payoff is so substantial personally more than anything, right? Okay, so that's the bait thing. So here are the words that are so awesome. I had never heard this before, and I'm hoping you never have either, and I'm going to blow your mind. So they are, have you ever considered? So good, right? Have you ever considered doing something part-time? Have you ever considered having a side hustle? Have you ever considered taking a natural approach? Now, when you use have you ever considered, that's not like the first thing you're going to say to someone. This is something that you will use because you have focused on them. You did a heart check, and you know you are there for that person that you're talking to or that is sitting across from you, and you are listening and asking the right questions. If you go into any conversation with someone and you're systematizing it and you're thinking, well, I have to say this and this and this, and my invitation has to be this and this, then you're going to lose out, because your head is not clear enough to hear what they really need. They might not even need the business. They may just need to know about the products. But if you're not listening, you're not going to know that. So don't think about the next step. Just think about the person. Nothing beats authenticity. And you guys, people know, they can smell it when they're with someone that does not have integrity and is not authentic. So have you ever considered doing what I do, right? Another great thing. When you think of the Vitality Stack and your customers or people you've already talked to in the past, just phoning them up and saying, just checking in. I know you've used Protandim for about 4 to 5 months. Have you ever considered trying our Vitality Stack? This is why I love it, right? Have you ever considered? I thought that was so, so good. Okay. Here's a call to action that I have for you guys for next week. I'm going to take a snapshot of who is on this phone so I can hold you accountable. Have you ever considered? I want you, took your picture, ha. Okay, so here it is. I want you in the next week, one person a day. I want you, I don't care if you close it or anything. I just want you to start conversation with 7 new people, 1 a day, and allow yourself to go to that place where you can say, have you ever considered? And it may not happen in the first conversation. Don't force it to happen. Allow it to happen organically through you getting to know them. 1 person a day, and we'll touch base, and I would love to hear some success stories, or even just how that impacted you or impacted somebody else over this next week, okay? Okay, so I want to share with you real quick. I'm going to share my screen. I loved this because I thought this was so important. Last week, Candy shared some affirmations that were shared at the training that they were at. And she, oops, let's see. Okay, so I thought you guys could take a picture of this. I think that's all of them. I'll scroll up too. I just think this is a really important thing to have an image of, because I know that most of us, we probably don't even realize how our perspective on money may be affecting us. Whether we instantly go to, that's too expensive, I could never afford that. Those little triggers can hold us back from thinking big. They've held me back from thinking big, right? My life before LifeVantage was like month to month, and we never had any extra money, and it was always a struggle. And with LifeVantage, it's gotten better. And then I kind of have rested in the better. And now, like, God doesn't want me resting. Like, He wants you to have rest, but not stay in it. He wants you to grow and think so, so big, because there's so many people that need our help. So by taking the action, we find that big purpose that He has for us. And I just thought these informations were so powerful. And I wouldn't just take a snapshot and tuck it away. Take the snapshot and then write them down. Take the snapshot and then type them. And then print it out and then read them every single day. I can handle massive success with grace. I think that is huge, because sometimes I think it's easy for us to think, here, I'll scroll down just a little bit more, take another picture. I think it's easy for us to think, oh my gosh, if my team gets too big, am I going to be able to handle that? Like, I don't know if I want to always travel. I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if I want to do that. We can't go to that place. It'll hold us back. It will hold us back. If you have massive success and you don't want to travel out and train, then you say that. You say that. You can have that. You can be in control of your business. Did everybody get their pictures? Okay, if you didn't, let me know, and I will send you my Word document that I printed up. So thank you for sharing those last week, Candy. I thought they were so, so good. Okay, that's all I had. We still have 10 minutes, and I believe in 10 minutes you could still send out some quick texts or make some quick phone calls and say, hey, I've been thinking about you. Have you ever considered taking a look at this? I've got a chiropractor and a gal that's in the top of our company doing a presentation in 10 minutes. You can watch from the courtesy of your own home. You don't even have to interact. I just thought it may be something you'd want to plug into, right? Yes. Okay. I love you guys. Goodbye. Have a good night. Thanks for coming on.